Brad with the Game Room, and we're here with Mr. Rob Paulson,
Hey, Brad.
voice actor extraordinaire. And we just wanted to ask you a couple quick questions about
Please.
your extensive career. You have hundreds of voice acting credits.
Yeah.
It's incredible. And I wanted to start off asking you, since you have created hundreds of characters, how much personality goes into it? Is it proportional to how long you have to be that character?
Oh.
Like if you're Yakko for 3 seasons, is that much more than Boy on the street in the random cartoon that you're in?
Great question. No, I would like to think that I'm committed to every character that I do. Certainly some are one-offs or secondary or tertiary characters, but I would like to think that my professionalism dictates that I commit fully to every character.
Sure.
If you're really lucky enough to do a character like Yakko for 9 seasons, or Raphael, or Donatello, or Pinky, or whatever, certainly that becomes a little more part of your life.
Absolutely.
And in certain characters, you sort of imbue them with aspects of your own personality. But no, I'm grateful to work on any show, whether it's a producer brings me in for 3 lines or I am the guy that has 500 lines. I would like to think, as they say, that there are no small parts, only small actors. And the reason that is important to me is because the things that I enjoy watching, like Downton Abbey,
Sure.
or Lost, or any of the other shows that have been important to me, the ancillary characters are so well performed and so fully fleshed out.
Absolutely.
And that's the way it should be, and I don't think it's any different in animation. If you're dedicated to your work and you're lucky enough to be able to do it, then you should be committed to it.
Yeah. So I saw the documentary you were in, I Know That Voice. It was about voice acting.
Yeah.
Fascinating. It is a very different career track than most other Hollywood
Yeah.
people. How did you fall into voice acting?
Well, I came out to LA in the late 70s, ostensibly to do live action because my background was in music and theater, live entertaining, and I was doing TV and movies and commercials, and had the opportunity to read for cartoons, which has been a huge part of my life as a kid, but I didn't say, oh, I'm going to be a voice actor. I just wanted to be an actor. It just so happened that the work to use my voice came along, and I started getting more and more of it, and it didn't take me long to realize that I was fortunate because I wasn't being pigeonholed by being an average-looking white guy.
Sure.
A million average-looking white guys with SAG cards in LA, and now I'm a middle-aged white guy with a SAG card. But I get hired for things with my voice that I would never have been considered for on camera.
Sure.
So once that started happening, I found that I got to be a lot more creative as a young, unknown talent than I was doing on-camera stuff. So I committed to it, and fortunately it followed me, and here we are.
Have you ever wanted any live action roles? Is there any you've pursued? Or?
Yeah, it's fun to do, and maybe I'll do some more. If things come around, you never know. I mean, I'm certainly not on my way out yet.
Sure. Plenty of game left.
There's plenty of game left. If people, sometimes there are people who are fans of a lot of the people voice work I've done, Animaniacs and Pinky the Brain and Turtles. And they go, oh my God, we dig that guy, and he's a terrific actor, and we'd like to have him in our thing. So sometimes that'll come around, but I'm just incredibly fortunate the fact that I make my living doing essentially what got me in trouble in high school.
I think another benefit also of being voice acting is that you are able to go grocery shopping.
Yeah, I mean, I would
The biggest benefit is you get a lot of chicks.
Right, he
Also,
does.
yes.
I get chicks too, but they're baby chickens. Although I get a lot of numbers, go figure. Certainly, I would lie to you if I said that I didn't like it when people knew who I was and made a fuss over me.
Sure.
I mean, there have been so
Everyone.
many people here.
Yeah.
It was so incredible, overwhelmingly.
But you
kind.
get to choose those encounters.
Right, I
which
choose
is-
them.
Yeah.
And I have to say, as a result of movies like I Know That Voice and DVD extras, and I've done so much stuff now that people take video of me, and it's happening more where they'll say, are you Rob Paulson, the voice guy? And it's always incredibly flattering. And if I ever get to the place where there are a lot of people who know who I am, then I really don't have much to complain about because I asked for this life.
Sure.
Nobody ever forced me to be an actor. However, if it gets to be, where it's dangerous and you can't go out with your family, that's a different ballgame. I'm never going to have to worry about that. I'm not Brad Pitt, But it is incredibly kind when people take the time to tell me that they like my work. It's beyond flattering.
Well, let me say on behalf of our channel, we are huge fans.
Thank you.
We love everything you do.
Thank you, buddy, and thank you
That's-
for talking to me.
So nice. Just like you're the voice of our childhood.
Well, thank you.
Every-
Who knew the voice of your childhood was a middle-aged white guy?
Who knew?
Right?
One last question. We are a video game focused
Yeah.
channel, and I just wanted to know how it compares for you doing game work versus film work. If there's a difference, is there one that you prefer more, or one that is a pain?
I mean, there are a lot of guys who are becoming, men and women, who are becoming rock stars in video games. Troy Baker and Nolan North and Jennifer Hale. I mean, they're huge stars as a result of their video game work, and they should be.
Yeah.
I do them, not that many. The best, the one that my kid freaked out over was I played, what's his name? Gray Fox in Metal Gear.
Yeah.
The one that fights Snake. That guy that sort of sounds like Clint Eastwood.
That's nothing to scoff at.
Oh, dude, I completely forgot about it. And my kid came home one day and he was like, dude, your liquid, I don't know, ninja thing.
Yep.
He had just come home. Uncle Jesse just taught him how to pick up chicks, so he was freaked out.
Oh, yeah, that was great. But I just wanted to tell you, Mr. Paulsen,
Yeah, that's me.
that I like when you make the voice as if you're from space. But my question is, if you haven't actually been to space, how do you know that the voice you're doing is authentic?
Well, I have not been to space. Clearly you have.
Okay.
And you have yet to return.
Yes.
So when you get back to Earth,
Yes.
why don't you tell me what I need to know about how to do a voice from outer space?
Thank you, Mr. Paulsen.
You're welcome, Mr. Harnell. Take care.
Guest starring Jess Harnell.
That's my brother, Wacko. I'm Yakko. No, I mean, I don't do that many games, not because I don't want to. I just seem to have found my niche in doing voice work. The games can take a long time. I know they're much more streamlined now, and there's a lot of stuff where people do mocap. Nolan does a ton of mocap and all of those, what are they called? Forgot the Uncharted games.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's Drake. No, man, acting is acting, and when you're lucky enough to make a living, you just don't want to say no to any of it.
Sure.
I want to die exhausted from making people laugh and from making myself laugh. And I'm on my way. I'm not ready to die yet. But you know what? If I were to die tomorrow, I've had an amazing run, and I am about the luckiest human you'll ever meet.
That's great. Is there any character that's been the closest to your heart or the most you?
Well, a couple. The ones that have been most me are the smart-ass ones, like Yakko and Raphael.
There you go.
The ones that are closest to my heart, I think I like Carl Weezer a lot from Jimmy Neutron. And I also really like Pinky a lot. He really makes me laugh. He makes a lot of other people laugh. Narf! Right. So those are, I've been really fortunate.
That's excellent. Well, thank you so much for your
buddy.
time. We really appreciate
It's a
it.
pleasure.
Always.
Thanks. Best
Thank
of
you.
luck to you.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you too.
guys.
Thank you.
Take care.